The weird obsession that straight men have with Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and any of the other techno billionaires is deeply unsettling to me because the implication is almost always like a profound reverence for colonization and domination and exploitation. So many of the so-called achievements of these men have been debunked, in that more often than not they are exploiting and repurposing the intellectual property of others, namely their employees, and then putting their name on the company or the platform and taking full credit for its success. There seems to be a profound push in the cultural imagination to pretend that they are somehow this Tony Stark type figure who are deep in the lab every night bringing forth society's most brilliant innovations, when in actuality the people who are doing that work are their employees or their employees whose work they take credit for. That's not even, that's something that people have talked about ad nauseum at this point, and that's not necessarily my point here. My point here is that almost always the reverence that people have for these type of men is about the control, manipulation, and exploitation powers that they have over others. Because in our society, we are socialized to believe that this is somehow a beautiful thing, when in actuality, it is a dystopian nightmare. To have billions of dollars is extremely unethical, especially when so many are suffering. The only true ethical way to run a company is to profit share so that the people that are actually creating the innovations are benefiting just as much as the so-called higher-ups. But the fetishization that people have for these men like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, any of these billionaire men that people just seem to really be obsessed with, the sort of mythology that these men have in their marketing teams and their PR teams have been really good about creating this mythology that they're somehow the lone wolf, that there's something just super special about them, that they're like the Tony Stark inventor who's here to save the world, when that's not the case. We've seen time and time again that they hoard their wealth, they underpay their employees, that they lay off their workforces at the slightest sign of economic instability. They have no loyalty to the people who have actually created the things that they profit from. Yet somehow people still want to be like them. You know who I want to be like? I want to be like the organizers who are out in the community working on mutual aid movements, who are working to make society more equitable, who are working to hold lawmakers accountable for climate atrocities that are happening every day, who are working to make the planet a more loving and livable place. I don't want to be like these exploitation laborer people, and the fact that so many do is deeply concerning to me. I'll also say allegedly here, just to cover all my bases.